Hey guys, MeLikeBigBoom here, and I am back. It has been a while, and I'd like to apologize for the delay in videos for the past 2 weeks and in general. I don't know if you guys saw, but on Twitter, I had posted that my grandpa had passed away last week, and I wanted to spend some time with family and friends kind of away from YouTube, and I would really like to thank you guys so much for all the comments that I've been getting on the channel and on Twitter and tweets and stuff like that, even though I wasn't posting videos and I wasn't there, you guys were thinking about me, and that really did mean a lot. And not only that, while I was gone, you guys made the channel hit 300,000 subscribers, and I cannot thank you guys enough for that. It really did help, and as much as I'd like to do a big celebratory thing like I always do at milestones, I am actually leaving on vacation to TwitchCon in a few days. I'm driving down to Los Angeles, and actually quite a few Unturned YouTubers are going as well. We're all staying in a big fancy house, and it's going to be awesome. And I'd hate to do a big celebratory 300,000 subscriber thing and then leave immediately afterwards. So I think I'm going to save that for when I return later this month, and then we can have all the festivities and things like that in regards to 300,000 subscribers. So let me know of your guys' thoughts as to what I can do for the celebration for 300,000, because I wasn't really thinking about it. I was thinking maybe we could do a giveaway, but that's kind of lame. Maybe we could think of some more things that we could do, and if you could leave that in the comment section down below, that would be awesome. But today is about the update, and I'd also like to cover last week's update that I had missed. There was some pretty cool stuff that was added in Unturned 3.0, as well as some things that were discussed in Unturned 4.0, and I'd really like to cover them. There's some really exciting stuff. Starting with last week's update, Unturned 3.20.8, in Unturned 3.0, we got new dirt bikes. I know that this has been suggested a lot by the community, both on Reddit and in the comments and everywhere, and it's super exciting to see it added into Unturned last week. And we also got an awesome community-suggested update this week, but we'll get into that. The dirt bikes cover the IDs of 176 to 183, and they offer similar advantages to snowmobiles, but in non-snow environments, like here in Germany. I'm here at a campground, so I figured this is kind of a nice place to test out dirt bikes on the dirt surfaces. Now, don't forget, this is still Unturned. Off-road physics is not very good. Regardless, these are some great one-seater, pretty quick vehicles that'll be pretty fun to drive around and get you from point A to point B relatively quickly and relatively efficiently. Now, you might be wondering, with this being a dirt bike, if you can kind of fall off the dirt bike, and you cannot. It still behaves like a car in that when you take turns, it kind of stays flat, though it is possible to flip yourself over, but it does tend to upright itself, and it happened earlier. See right there, it almost flipped over. Yeah, like this, and then you do flop back up. So it is possible to flip over in the dirt bike, but it's not as you would assume. It's not like you flip off and then you pop off the car or whatever. Maybe that could happen. Maybe if the dirt bike went upside down or on its side, then it would automatically take you off the dirt bike. That would be kind of cool. But as of now, they're just simple dirt bikes behaving like snowmobiles and ATVs in that general area. Nelson says that you can find these dirt bikes in the wild in the same places that you would find quads. Now, I haven't actually found any quads on Germany before. I'm pretty sure they do spawn, and I would assume that they'd spawn here on campgrounds. That seems like it'd be the most common place to find a quad or a dirt bike. So if you are looking to find these things in the wild, I'd start by looking at campgrounds like this. Also, in last week's update, Nelson had a small snippet regarding Unturned 4.0 and his wish to have dedicated servers on it. Nelson said that he was continuing work on 4.0, particularly server hosting automation. His goal is to be able to offer and maintain quite a few high-quality 64-bit Linux official dedicated servers running the vanilla game, and he's also been excited looking to options for save storage, hoping to save your data in databases so that certain information can be kept the same across servers. So perhaps you could have in Unturned 4.0 some skills that are related strictly to your character and apply the same across servers. Currently in Unturned 3.0, you know, you can build your entire empire on a single server, but the moment that you swap over to another one, you have to completely start from scratch. It would be kind of cool to experiment with some information that could be transferred across servers to reduce that feeling of having to restart every time you die. Now that does pretty much cover everything that was in Unturned 3.20.8 from last week. Now moving on to the update that came out early this morning, 3.20.9, that added the bicycle. Yes, it is now the first stamina-powered vehicle in Unturned, the bicycle. This has been suggested countless times for the past 2 to 3 years for bicycles to be added. Even in Unturned 2.0, people were asking for bicycles, a vehicle that could get you from place to place quicker than walking but not requiring fuel. The bicycle, when you go on it, even though it does appear to have a fuel tank, can in fact be driven forever. It is quite slow. It's significantly slower than any vehicle in the game, but it is completely silent. It does have a pedaling animation that's so cool. Even though it is slower than every other vehicle in the game, it doesn't use any fuel, and as long as you're just pressing W and not sprinting, it doesn't use any stamina either. Though, if you do want to go quicker, you can press shift to pedal faster and get up to 45 kilometers an hour, but it will be using stamina, as you can see in the bottom left and on the fuel tank of the bicycle to the right. Just like when you're sprinting in regular Unturned, when you let go of shift, your stamina will return back to the top, just like if you were running. Imagine this bicycle as an extension of your character. You can walk at a slow rate and you can sprint at a quicker rate at the expense of stamina. The bicycle is the same idea. You can pedal at a slow rate or you can press shift to go quickly at the expense of stamina. Overall, it's really cool. I love the pedal animations for some reason. I think it's so funny, and also one of my favorite things, you'll notice if you're in first person, that it does have a little bell there, and you are exactly right. If you honk, it does ring the nice little bicycle bell. Now, the bicycle bell, just like the horn on a car, does attract the attention of zombies, and I'm going to use that to my advantage to show you the next thing that was added in this week's update. That is the addition of a new UI aspect displaying what items you currently have hotkeyed constantly at the bottom of your screen without having to open your inventory. Now at the bottom of my screen, it displays that Agavere with a 1 next to it, telling me that if I press 1 on my keyboard, it will automatically equip that Agavere. Now that's pretty known. Everybody knows that if you have a weapon in your primary and secondary slot, you can press 1 and 2 to equip them, but sometimes you have custom items hotkeyed like bandages and binoculars, and when you have those hotkeyed, it will also appear at the bottom of your screen. So now whenever I'm walking around and I get shot, I can now look down and immediately see that my bandage is paired to number 3. I can apply that and move on with my day. Also, when I run out of bandages, you'll see that it disappears as a little visual reminder to let me know that I'm all out of bandages and I should probably hotkey some more, find some more, whatever is needed. Overall, I think it's incredibly useful, but for those of you guys who do not like to have that down at the bottom of your screen, you can go into the options and disable show hotbar, and it will go away, out of sight, out of mind. Also, if you guys are wondering how to hotkey items in the first place, I know that that's not particularly the most known thing in Unturned. If you right-click any item that is equipable and not a weapon, with this context menu open, press a number on your keyboard, any number that's not 1 and 2, and it will automatically hotkey it to that number. If I wanted the binoculars to be binded to 6, right-click it, press 6, and then now whenever I press 6 out in the open, I have those binoculars. So that's how you hotkey items. My only suggestion for this hotbar is I think it's a little weird with it being, not flush against the bottom of your screen. I think it should be way further down. I think the reason why it's there, though, is because messages normally show up there. But still, I think the hotkeys should be further down at the bottom of your screen so that it's not covering as much of it. Anyway, that was basically everything that was added this week and last week in both Unturned 3.20.8 and 0.9. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for 300,000 subscribers. And thank you guys so much for sticking around throughout the delays in the past few weeks. I will be back making videos. I'm also thinking of doing some vlogs while I'm out at TwitchCon. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. I'm not much of a vlogging type, though I'm certainly open to it. I can bring my camera down there Regardless, when I return from that trip later this month, expect tons of videos, live streams, and celebration for 300,000 subscribers like the good old days. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and do all that gibberish because MeLikeBigBoom is out.